A lot of people are wrong about this next big wave that is happening behind the scenes. I've been looking through X all week trying to find something that even comes close to what we've been talking about for a couple of weeks now, but I haven't seen anyone else really talk about it. By the way, I'm going to include that post in this video because, again, it describes exactly what we've been thinking about when it comes to the jobs report, what the Fed is going to do in less than 7 days, and what's going to happen with crypto. Many people believe that the market has reached its peak and that we are no longer in the cycle. They think that this cycle will end in the next month or two. Almost everyone is wrong about what's going to happen. It will happen very soon. Now let's look at the market. Right now we are pumping up every day. There are many great projects that have gone up a lot today, even right away. Right. The price of Avalanche has gone up 12.9%. Men&T is up 12.5%. We have XLM, which is 4.2%. Even though it's not much, it's still a nice win. Today we've seen gains everywhere, 4.1% for Ondo. Again, it's been a great day overall, and the last week has been especially important. A lot of great projects have gone up by 1,000% or more in the last week. I don't know what's going on with my X or why it's going up, but hey, it's going up. It's pretty crazy to see. On a monthly level, we can also see that there are some very strong gains out there. There's still a lot of red, which means we have a lot more price movement to go through here. Most of these are exchange tokens, but once more, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and just XRP are all green on the weekly scale if we look at them on a daily basis. Ethereum is still a little red, but XRP is about to go back up to $3 or more. I think XRP is a little bit more unique than other cryptocurrencies, as I already said, because a lot of people are still very wrong about what might happen with XRP this cycle. Everyone thinks that it will end at around $5 or $7 at most. Even so, I still believe that XRP has that one thing that could make it go up by 5 times from where it is now. You're talking about an XRP worth $15. I think things could get really crazy with XRP because this is the first time since 2017 or 2018 that it's been fully released. It's also one of the biggest cycles for crypto, with Wall Street and the government now supporting it at the business level. Crypto is going through a very exciting time right now. On top of that, stocks. As you can see, today was a great day for stocks. The high point was 65.56, and the low point was about 65.32. We're taking steps towards the main goal I said we would likely reach, close to the end of this year, which is 6,960. This is set in stone. I'm going to move this over a bit because once more we've been keeping track of this number for a while now. I told you that by the end of the year the S&P should be well over $7,000 at the very least. I'm still keeping a close eye on this. It's still not here yet. Again, stocks are telling us to be very optimistic about risky assets at a time when the US dollar index has been very pessimistic. For the past 2 weeks, things have been very dull. Really, this is what we want to see. Now, I do think that the dollar is beginning to rise again. I believe that the dollar has been way too cheap for a long time. A lot of people will say, "Don't you think the dollar is just going to keep going down until it dies?" I don't think so, right? We go back to the year 2021. It hit its lowest point around the same time that alt season began. We did have a rise all the way through March. After that we sold off again, this time until May. This was the season's last big part. This is when most old coins did hit their peak. We did keep pumping the market up until this point. The most important thing to think about now is what this point will be. Well, I do think that the dollar may have hit its lowest point around June. I believe the whole season is about to begin, coming from somewhere in this area. Now the dollar is likely to start to jump a little, and then have a small sell-off before going up even more. Where does the market peak when the dollar gets very strong? That's the most important thing to look at now. At what point does the dollar look like it will go? In the end, I'd say it's actually about 104. I believe that this is where crypto prices will probably reach their highest point as soon as we start to break through it. When is that going to happen? We don't know. There is nothing in front of us that gives us a time window. If things keep going the way they did in 2017 and 2018, I think we should reach our peak around January or February 2026. So that's about my best guess. That still gives us time for old coins to go crazy. At this point, it looks like the sum for crypto wants to break out in a big way. This $3.93 trillion level needs to be broken. Once we get past that, we'll go after the highs from the end of August, which are around $4.01 trillion, and the middle of August, which are around $4.2 trillion. It will be a new all-time high, and we should start to break back to more than $5 trillion. You should know that we'll never reach $5 trillion. But that's my big goal for this cycle, $5 to $7 trillion. We have a lot more room to go. A lot of people said, well, there's no way we could reach $10 trillion for crypto, right? There is a good chance that we will reach $10 trillion. There is a good chance that the value could easily double from where it is now, given how much money is moving around in crypto right now from both institutions and Wall Street. That's pretty much the same as $8 trillion. That being said, it is definitely possible. After that, let's look at what happened in July. The Kibisi letter broke the news that the world's broad money supply rose 9.3% year over year to a record $140 trillion in July. This metric includes 169 countries and regions that make up 98% of the world's GDP. Between the start of the year and now, the amount of money in circulation has grown by an extra $10 trillion. Since the 2020 outbreak, the world's money supply has grown by a huge $40 trillion. This means that the rate of growth has been 7% per year. The world's cash flow is soaring, and this is one of the most important charts to pay attention to because it shows that a huge amount of money will quickly flow into these markets. What is going to make these prices go up a lot? That's what everyone keeps asking. The world's liquidity is getting better. That's why we are here now. In fact, this is why we should go back to the beginning, right? Let's go back to the beginning of time. We hit rock bottom in 2022. When you look at this chart, do you see the year 2022? The world's cash flow dropped a lot around the middle of 2022, early 2025. That's where the bottom was. And after that, availability got a lot better. That's what made the sum what it is now. Thoughts? I still think we're going to go much higher from here on out. This is especially because of the fresh liquidity and the fact that the FOMC meeting is only 6 days away. There is a 100% chance that rates will be lowered in September and October, and there will be another one in December. It looks like the Fed is also going to flood the system with fresh liquidity. We also know that the Treasury has been buying a lot of debt worth billions of dollars. As for the Fed cutting rates, that has been talked about for a long time, so this is not the end of the story. Let us go to Julianne Battelle over here. This is the post I was talking about at the start of the movie when I said that someone else thinks the same way I do. I've done at least 20 takes since the August jobs report came out 5 days ago. It's hard to tell the difference between information and noise, because the stories are all over the place. This is what really counts. The unemployment rate keeps going up at the same time that our